is tonight. Show's about to start, guys. Everybody get to your seats. Bronsolino's coming to the stage.
This is really where we're at right now. Hi guys, welcome back to Wessin The World. I am Wes and I'm currently in your world. Welcome back. And yes, I'm shirtless. Because it's too hot. This isn't an ego grab. I'm not trying to appear in a certain way to a certain kind of people to get a certain kind of response. I'm just saying. So I woke up this morning, obviously, to a world of news. Yesterday I woke up to a world of news again, and Wes is in it. So a little bit of a story. So when I was at university, I was working on a project with my friend to make a proxy site to divert traffic from just a normal person that wanted to get onto Kick-Ass Torrents or Pirate Bay, but was unable to because the service providers at that time had banned those websites. So, used a proxy server to gain access to those websites, and then decided to just share it. And then it just got really big, and everyone sort of, the traffic on this thing, I mean the click indicator was off the charts. It was crazy. And it was the first experience that I had with real social change. Now, I did this whilst I was at University of Wolverhampton. Historically not the source of great social change that you would expect, but that was my first experience with great social change. And that was just a couple of chicks. Put that code into the website, made the website open source, and it was available for all and anyone to visit. Come.in, RIP come.in. And it wasn't all me, because I'm not quite the dude for coding, but I was the idea man. I was the money in the situation. Well, I had no money, but you know, ideas. And funny story, I have to tell you, we got contacted or emailed by someone claiming to be anonymous. Claiming to be anonymous, we sold this website to Anonymous, and they thanked us for our contributions towards mankind's future freedoms. Weird email. I'll try and put it up here, the email, if I can find it. It's on my Hotmail account, and there's a long time. There's so many adverts. I want you guys to just go into one of your old email accounts and just try and go through it. And just try and see. There's probably job applications in there. There's probably job offers in there that could have changed the course of your life forever. So the thing is, the reason why I'm so triggered. I'm not triggered. I'm excited. Because if the Hindus, the Hindi people believe that any moment in human history that is of great crisis is an opportunity for great success. So crisis equals opportunity in their society. So when everything sort of crumbles down, breaks apart, that's the opportunity to rebuild something better. Something that's not a partisan system that splits the audience into two warring factions and gets them to just war against each other with their chosen leaders at the front of that war. Weird, I know, considering that we are one, as spirit-wise, we are a singular. Okay, so I was watching this Graham Hancock podcast the other day, and he described consciousness as a current. Now stay with me on this. A current that travels into your body, circulates your body, and then is released out back into the circuit board that is reality. Now this current is constantly traveling through my body, it's constantly traveling through your body, it's constantly traveling through everyone's body out there, even Donald Trump's. Now Robert Sheldrake, who was studying it was the a really forward-thinking theoretical physicist, did a lot of experiments and found what he found to be what he called the morphic resonance theory, which is that the space between all things is active, and it's active with this sort of field, whether it be the unified field or whether it be the electromagnetic field. Consciousness travels through this field, and we are all a part of that circuit. So when people say we are all one, the separation is an illusion, it's because the stuff like tables and all that, that's just stuff. So the first thing that I had to do when I was sort of in my meditation journey is that I had to separate my conscious mind from the stuff. Now the thing that's moving, yo, I should get into boxing. Wow, I've only just realised that I've got good head game. No, I don't mean it like that, but I got good duck and weave game. But what I'm saying is, morphic resonance, I had to separate in my mind during my meditation journey what was the stuff that I am. Obviously the skin, bones, blood, all of that stuff that's identified, that's related back to me. All of that is just a process that begins when you're born and it ends when you die, and it's just a process of this thing constantly changing. You don't have control of that. You're just in a car that's constantly updating and adding new things on and then losing new things, and you don't have to do anything other than to just feed the car petrol. Like, give the car petrol, change the oil, look after it, and it'll take you as far as you want to go, or to about 75. But what I'm saying is that you can never identify with the car you're driving, which is really so funny when people get cars and then they identify with that car, because you're like, man, you're 2 levels deep now. That you are too deep for salvation. No, I'm joking. You can always dial it back, and then with meditation journey into the energy that lifts you up, rather than identify with the matter that weighs you down. So we're going to get a rewind on that one. Rewind. Identify with the energy that lifts you up, as opposed to the matter that weighs you down. Now, how does this relate to what's going on in the world right now? How do I take this theory, expand upon that, and relate it to what's going on right now? How am I going to do it? How's Wessin The World going to do it? How's he going to do it? Because everyone is imbued with this consciousness, and it connects all of us, and the people that can see it are more empathetic because they can see the connection. You don't have to see it. I don't mean you see it. I mean when you talk to someone and they show a genuine interest in you and you show a genuine interest in them, you feel it. You have a connection. We have it in our language. We really got a connection, dude. I like you. I like your face. I like when you smile. I like when you're happy. I like when you're happy. How is that possible? Without compassion, we cannot feel what they feel. Now, when you cut yourself off mentally, by the way, because your conscious mind plays a role in the doubt of the amount of love you receive, compassion, connection, love, compassion, connection, they're all the same thing. They're all on this connection wavelength, that current that goes through every human being, journeys out of you, goes into another one, goes into another one, goes into another one. So when we say that this human experience is a brief one and a short one, and death is not scary, it's because when you die, every human being is a node, and the current travels in and out of those nodes. Now, when your body dies, the current can't travel to your node, so it continues on to the next. It keeps going like that. This is why I say that death is not the end, Death is the beginning of the next great adventure. If you see this, and if you meditate and then you actually feel this, and then you get to understand this, that is going to make you way more relaxed in life, less anxiety, less depression, because you accept the journey that life is, for good or for worse. Now, how am I going to relate this back to the world that we're currently living in at the moment? How am I going to do it? People like Trump, or just paedophiles in general. Maybe he's not, maybe he is, but I'm just saying, when I was 13, I was not lying about this stuff. Because I knew even at 13, that's going to ruin my life forever. Yeah, so anyway. Goddamn. Driving your goddamn motorbikes up and down the street. It's a pandemic, guys. Stay inside your house, lose your mind, and make podcasts. I'm not even looking at the camera right now, because I just looked at the sun, and that has just demolished my eyeballs. Okay, so basically, people can accept the love, or they can reject the love. Humans have this ability to consciously disconnect from connection, and the way that they do this is like they can set up these hurdles for things to get to them, connection wise. So like me being brown, talking to someone who's racist, there is a condition blocking the love that I give to other people. I've got a picture of me at a metal gig when I was in my heavy metal band, and we were in Germany, and there was a guy in the audience that was rocking out and having a great time, and he was wearing a Screwdriver t-shirt. Now, Screwdriver are a racist hardcore band that have a song called I Hate Your Face, I Hate Your Face, I Hate the Whole Nigger Race. That's a song by them. He's wearing a shirt. You can separate art from the artist, you definitely can, but this guy was definitely, you know, not fond of black people. But I got to be the one that made a connection with him, which may have changed, reroute his entire life. That's how easy it is to change people's life. You go over to them and you accept them for what they are, even if what they are is racist on the surface. They are not racist at their core. And you have to know that. People aren't just born Trump supporters. It's a system of belief. It's a system of conditioning that happens over years and years and years and years, and you can't blame them when they get to a certain age and they feel compelled to not believe you when you say that Trump is a pedophile. Now this video might get taken down, but you know, I've been breaking rules. I've been breaking YouTube rules since day one, and I'm still going. I ain't stopping. So how do I relate this back to Trump? So millionaires, people that have money, tend to have bought themselves out of the rat race. They can buy themselves out, live in a suburb, get big walls, big bars on their doors, bar doors, and they can, if they so choose, disconnect themselves from reality. Now when you do this, this creates something inside of the judgmental cortex of the brain. So if I'm behind closed doors, I can only imagine what's going on outside of my doors. So what am I going to do? I'm going to consult the news. Good thing about working class is that we hang out with other working class, so we don't lose touch with the working man. We see stuff on the news and we go, that's bullshit. We see stuff on the streets and we go, that's the real shit. Now, if you're rich, you don't have that choice. You know? You're kind of behind bars, door bars, with big locks on your doors, and you're staying safe, and you got a shotgun, and you're fully tooled up to war if necessary. Cannons on your front lawn. You got fucking, turrets, the four corners of your compound. And you ain't letting anything in that looks human. And so what this does, this is basically creating a number of different barriers in the way of love. You're not going up to just a common man and saying that I love you and you love me, and we both want each other to have the best life possible, without doubt. Now, I know when I say that, a number of you may be thinking, yeah, but that's not possible. Why is it not possible? Because some people are in it for themselves only, and they will sacrifice you to feed their own journey. Now, this comes down to what I call a general disconnect. In psychology, it's called a general disconnect. It's when a murderer can murder others because he thinks that he's got a disconnection of empathy. He can't imagine that that person might also be him at all. He's exercised in his mind separation to the point where himself, the extension of himself, ends here, and maybe is extended to his close family. But these people with no compassion and no empathy tend to, have all these massacres and killing family or school shootings or all that sort of stuff. They're exercising general disconnect. Now, I'm not going to say that obviously video games don't support this, but if you're from a good family that have explained this and you're really integrated into the world, you don't mind being embarrassed, because you realize that embarrassment is just something that allows you to fall into the flow of things. When you're not trying to be something, if you're trying to be something and you trip over, you have to accept you're human. Good thing about that is you're accepted by all the humans in reality. Problem is, if you carry on walking, strutting, making money, making moves, never tripping, you may be thinking that you're this idea of yourself in your head, and you've never experienced what it feels like to be truly human. This is why I had this idea about a nightclub before, where you get a glass of water thrown at you when you first enter. I think it's a hilarious idea, but it's just to get you embarrassed immediately. This is why all these phone parties work, because everyone's hair's everywhere. They don't really care. You know what I mean? It's like festival vibes. And that's because when you give up caring how others see you, people start seeing you better, because you're seeing the connection. You're not seeing yourself. I was saying this yesterday, and I thought I'd get a lot more blowback from this on Facebook. So this is all a reaction to. This video is just a reaction to what I've seen on in terms of Trump. I'll get onto Trump in a sec, but I just wanted to give this just a bunch of preamble, just so I could explain it from a meditative, position, what has actually happened to people. People have become disconnected because they believe too much in the material. Cars, money, all of that stuff. They believe more in that than they do what they actually are. People get cars and they say they love cars. Cars aren't people. I love my car like I love my wife. No, you don't. And if you do, I don't think you love your wife. Because if you could love material that much, then your connection with humans is greatly affected. I have to believe this. Because the thing is, the reason why some people get cars is so they can get that hot chick, right? And then they can get that hot chick, get a faster car so you can get that hot chick faster to your house. And you need a house so you could take a hot chick to the house. I mean, this is a very basic mentality. We're talking from the primitive mind here. We're not talking from the mind that rationalizes this and thinks that this is a waste of time, but then eventually the body just does that anyway and gets a house, gets a car. So as much as we try to fight our primordial urges, we do end up fulfilling prophecy anyway, as it were. I said something on Facebook yesterday. Sorry, this is a long video. I don't care at this point, because if you're with me, you're with me till the end. I'm going to keep making these and keep putting them out there. So people, oh no, that's not it. People, oh god, I hate statuses that start with people. It's me that made the status, by the way. Just be sure you never stop. Oh yeah. Yeah, so just be sure you never stop looking for the silver lining. Never stop looking for the silver lining, because it's there. And the light's the truth. So if you can find the silver lining in the darkness, because as we said, darkness is fake. Darkness is, yeah, someone's axing you to death. They're doing it for reasons that they're scared, because of fictional reasons. I'm scared that you're black and that you're gonna kill me. Ah! It's a fictional reason, because it's based on the fact that he thinks that I'm black and I'm gonna kill him, so he's killing me preeminently. So it's based on a false reason. So it's just as fake as this material. Yeah, this material is real. Yeah, it's material, but it's just floating about. You could recondition it, put it, make it into something, and make it into a laptop, make it into a table, make it into this. Yeah, that's all stuff. But it's not real as in what is true. The light that you are is the truth. Like the consciousness that you are is the truth. Believe in consciousness, don't believe in the material that you are. I don't think this hand is my hand. It's just the hand that you use, bro. It's been yours for a while now. You got to know it. You got a good relationship with it. Hey, wow! Not this hand. But what I'm saying is, just be sure you never stop looking for the silver lining. It doesn't mean that you're a dreamer, a pie in the sky dreamer, or you're an idealist. Well, maybe it does, but maybe living by your ideals is a waste of time, because then nothing's ever going to reach that ideal anyway, so you'll always be let down. But have this hope in your head. But it doesn't mean that you're an idealist and you're just pie in the sky dreaming of things that can't ever happen. No, that's how you fucking survive in the world. When in the world where the surface isn't positive, try hard to find the positive in the negative. Negativity is just a lazy conclusion. So when you look at the surface and you go, oh, that's just fighting. But if you investigate a little bit further, you find out that you can hear the music and people are actually dancing, not fighting. It's an easy conclusion to go, break it up. What's this gathering of people? Move, go back to your houses. Because that's based on a false ideal. It was based on a false narrative that groups of people are dangerous. Yes, they are dangerous, but it's not the reality that they are being dangerous. So yeah, negativity is a lazy conclusion. Boredom is just accepting that you're ungrateful. And anxiety is just neuroses. And I thought I'd get a lot more pushback from that, because I thought that it was pretty aggressive towards vulnerable people. But what I'm saying is, we need to be more aggressive towards these people that think less of themselves, because we need to override that voice in their head that's telling them that they're garbage. So we need to be more aggressive than that voice. I said, get over yourself. You can actually be free. So if you get over yourself, or what you think of yourself, because you don't need to hold on to anything to be yourself. You need to let go of everything to be yourself. So yeah, so that's the reason why I made this video. Thank you very much for joining me. No, I'm joking. I'm getting on to the Trump stuff. Now, just if I can have one last thing about Trump. Oh yeah, so also as well, I've just dove right into this podcast and I haven't really said anything at the start of it. So like and subscribe, please, if you want me to continue with these. I will be wearing clothing in future episodes. It's just this one I was kind of triggered. And I'm seeing really triggered. I'm not kicking off. Because right now I don't feel as though kicking off is going to help the situation. So support me on Patreon if you do want to. There's a like in the subscription bar. And also I do 8 o'clock meditations. Meditate at 8 with Wes on Instagram. Follow me on Wesley Alexander III. I'll put a link at the bottom as well. Don't know why I don't do that usually, but I am doing that now. And the Trump stuff. So whether you think he did it or not, there's an awful lot of damning evidence saying that he is. Now, I know damning evidence can be created, but this person is not lying. And if they are lying, they're ruining their life intentionally for money, which doesn't make sense, because if you want to ruin your life, don't accept a bunch of money to improve your life. Maybe you want to get like facial reconstructive surgery. It's too far-fetched. I have to accept what is the most fetched. and I've just talked about what it appears like on the surface is not what it always is. And I know Trump's if he is an angry guy, he's a very scared guy. He's scared of what possibly might happen based on what has happened in the past. But if you base on what's happening and what's going to happen in the future based on what happened in the past, you think Genghis Khan's going to happen again? You can't pull stuff out of the past and go, that's going to happen again. No, because every day we progress and we get better as human beings, we get smarter. So we're able to mitigate disaster a lot easier than where we used to. So with the whole Trump stuff and all the Biden, people have come out and said Biden's doing it as well, and a number of different people, Michael Jackson as well, and all this sort of stuff. I just think once you reach a level of financial security and you've got everything that you want taken care of, you don't have to rely on other human beings anymore. You sort of purchased your way out of reality. And yeah. And the problem with that is you can't imagine that the other person could potentially be you as easy as if you were just talking to people every day and taking in perspectives every day and imagining that this person lives like this. Wow, imagine that. But it's still the same soul, still the same spirit. And when you can look past everything that they are on the surface, you can make that connection. You can fall in love. You can get married. You can have friends forever. It's only when this stuff on the surface starts to doubt that connection, does that connection become disconnected, i.e. breakups, i.e. marriage, i.e. any of this sort of stuff. It's when the ego starts to create doubt that this person might be the one for you. And go, oh yeah, he's nice with this, but he's fucking awful with this, he's terrible with this, he's great with this, he's selfish with this, he's selfless with this, he's da 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 da. We don't accept that our human partners or friends also do good and bad. But it's how we react to these things that obviously allows us to continue on being friends, being relationship partners. I just feel that all these people are doing these things. I know how far-fetched it seems. It seems really crazy that there's secret societies and orders of black magic magicians that gather together in secret societies, wear robes and do human and animal sacrifice. Yes, I know, it's the craziest shit, right? Right? But it's what happens when boys clubs get really, really excited about themselves. Did you know that Freemasons, no woman can join the Freemasons? It's like a full-on boys club. And it's what happens. Because it seems as though incredibly logical men, and incredibly logical women as well, they seem to not be able to imagine enough to allow, because what you have to, okay, so with humans you have to imagine that this person is you in order to make that connection. But if you're very set in the mindset that everyone's an individual and everyone's individual success is their success and no one helped them get there and they did that without any support, then they're just delusional. Because there's nothing, if you got a Costa, you can't get a Costa without the guy behind the counter. You're relying on him. You're giving him money. You're paying him for his service, but he doesn't have to serve you. No one does have to serve. If he got his manager and said, yeah, I don't have to serve him, and then the manager went, I ain't serving you, and then you went to court and you tried to take that company to court, and then he said, sorry, he doesn't have to serve you. He doesn't want to. You can't get a coffee. It's only when we deny these things that are very blatant do we become disconnected from our tribe. And a funny thing that happens when you get disconnected from your tribe, your brain releases cortisol, which convinces the brain that you've become disconnected from your tribe, makes you more aware, makes you more anxious, makes you watch out, makes you more paranoid. So the richer you are, the more disconnected you are, the more paranoid you become, and then you get nukes. And meanwhile, all these people on the working class level, all living amongst each other because we're all poor, and you'll know that there's a bigger community, broader and happier people in this group. Way happier people. The monks are the happiest people in the world, and they don't even deal in money. How do you explain that? CEOs, fucking hot tubs, fast cars, big houses. Makes you happy? Think again. Really, think again. Because without that connection that you share with the other people around you, that you're all in the same situation, and that support structure is what we were made for. So anyway, keep meditating. I'm doing my Meditate at 8 every night at 8. Sorry, yesterday I wasn't on. It's been crazy here because of the whole website picking some traffic back up on the come.in website. It's actually been rebranded now. So I'll put the link to that website if anyone wants to use it. I think it's being used just for traffic now anyway though, so I don't think it's used for public use. But you can get on Pirate Bay anyway. You know, Pirate Bay and Kick-Ass Torrent, so just go and do that. But yeah, anyway, so human connection is possible, but it's not possible through buying things. It's just possible through having a connection with another person that you may think is different to you, but is actually more similar to you than you could ever imagine. These people that believe in these really ridiculous beliefs, there's a human at the center of every body, and you can connect with it if you just look them in the eyes and you try to understand them, because they will appreciate your attempt. Thank you very much for joining me. This has been 32 minutes of Wessin The World, because I haven't been making them, and I am sorry, but I will be coming back for more non-stop content all the time. And I just bought a whole bunch of stuff on Amazon as well, so the next one will be a far more beautiful arrangement, edited perfectly, all sorts of stuff in different areas. You're going to be shocked, you're going to be amazed, don't worry about it. But yeah, so Donald Trump, if you're watching, I love you, but what you're doing is garbage, and you need to know that we know Jeffrey Epstein's still alive. I mean, how easy is it to go into a cell and replace a body and put a body on? If you got the dough, bro. And as we know, yo, Jeff Romo got that dough, low. He probably got reconstructive surgery and all that sort of stuff at this point. But what I'm saying is, we know what you're doing, because we're the ones you're doing it to. So enjoy your life, but make amends for what you're doing, because this isn't a complete way to live. We need to bring the left and the right together and understand that you need a spoon, a fork and a knife to eat a meal. Or like a knife and fork, that's a way more apt metaphor. But yeah, you need both in order to eat a meal. You do need the harshness, you do need the kindness, you need them together in one person. That's what you're supposed to be, Trump. One fucking person. And Boris as well, you're supposed to be just like, you know, a portion of this, a portion of this. But no, it's all the way conservative, all the way Mercedes-Benz, all the way to goddamn Eton. It's like voting for one specific class of really, really rich people, and we've been doing it for a long time now. So let's give it back to the people. Let's not have a goddamn coup about it. Let's band together, strategize, unionize, and mobilize, like Killer Mike said. Thank you very much for joining me. I've been Wes. I've been in your world. Thank you very much. Don't stress. Stay blessed. You never know what's next, and it's exciting. It really is. It's not scary.
I must